Okay,
Was it
so
9 out of 10, Miss Barbara?
what is it, Latoya?
Was it 90?
Yes, you had 9
Should have
out of
changed my
10.
damn answer. I'm mad.
I know. I don't know why you did it. I said, why did you? Latoya, and rarely do I have none of the above, Latoya. How many times have you seen none of the above? Probably 1 out of 100. I don't like
Yeah.
to have none of the above. I really don't. I just have something against it. And I really, really use none of the above. Okay. So, number one. Now, Maureen,
Yeah.
read number one and tell me your answer. That one I just thought was easy breezy.
Uh,
Read it, Maureen. Tell me the answer.
uh, suppose the price of two balls of one bat is 100 units. Then what will be representation of the problem as a linear equation in the form of y, x and y?
So, what are you adding?
Huh?
What
Two
things are you?
balls, two balls of one bat.
So, which one of these could be two balls and one bat?
Yeah,
So, why did you say? What did you tell me?
I said D, right?
Yeah, you said
Yeah.
D. You and Audrey. Why D? D
I know.
says one ball and one bat, right?
Uh-huh.
Coefficient one, coefficient one.
Yeah.
So the answer should be,
But I think I had two right, and I had two right, but I think I said the wrong answer. And then
oh my goodness, they say this is
part of the
open for viewing only. Oh,
thought is the first step.
oh my goodness. This says open for viewing only. Let's see if I can. All right. Looks like I can't put the answer in. So,
Okay, then.
okay. So
What
answer
is A?
answer is A. And if I
Okay, no
go, I
problem.
don't want to go out and come back.
Okay, no.
Okay. So let me see if I can. Let's see if the other one will let me do that. Okay, let me do a new share and go
I
to.
think I make a mistake in 2-2.
Okay, let me see. I think this one might let me do it. Can you see the new screen? It's the same, but it's
Yeah.
smaller. Okay, so okay, now I can put it here. Answer
See,
A.
I mean,
Yeah, yeah. Answer A.
yeah.
Because you have two balls, one bat. So
Yeah.
2x for the balls and 1y for the bat.
Uh,
All right.
uh,
Now, Latoya had her answer and changed it. Latoya had none of the above. What did you have, Maureen? I think you had
I had in my book I got C, but then I put D. When I
yes,
plug
you
it
had
in.
none
Yeah.
of the above.
Yeah, but I got C on my book. Yeah.
Yeah, you did just like Latoya. Okay. Because you got to visualize the problem. Because
Yeah.
remember when we were doing a problem with the triangle and we actually drew the triangle and say you add up the sides to get the
Yeah.
okay, all right, so you know that one. All right, okay, let's go to 3. Now let's translate. Latoya, how would you translate this to the mass, from the words to the mass? Okay, and
2M plus 2 Dublin.
okay, so you'll need this right here. Let
You
me.
put two with plus two with
So you have P perimeter equals 2 lengths plus 2
two
W.
with. Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. Now, Latoya, if length is twice the width, tell me how to write that.
I have 2x plus x. That's how I did it.
Okay, I'll stay with the length. Okay. Length, let's It doesn't matter what variables you use. I'll say length. They say length is twice the width. So length is 2W. You had 2X, right?
Yeah.
So what does that mean you have to do here, Latoya, in this perimeter formula? If length is 2W,
Gotta, I decide, the two sides are even, 2L,
so for
2L.
L, well, you may have used X, but for 2L, you'd put what? For L, you'll put W because you said L
Yeah.
is 2W. So you'll put 2W.
Yeah.
Maureen, you with me?
Yes.
Yeah, you're substituting for L. 2L becomes 2 times 2W, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what's that equal to, Latoya?
3W, 4W. Sorry,
Okay, so that's equal to 4W
4W
plus 2W.
plus 2W.
All right. And they gave us a perimeter as 960, right?
Yeah, 960.
So that would be 960. We know that. And 4W plus 2W is what, Latoya?
6W.
6W. Add the coefficients. So W would be equal to what?
160.
960 divided by 6, right? And you got,
It's 160.
okay, 160.
160.
Okay, 160. So if W, it says find the length. So what would the length be, Latoya? That's the width. How would you find the length?
Times 2 equal 320. The
Okay,
length is
so
320.
that's right. So length equals 2 times 160. And that's equal to 320. So
Square feet.
length would be equal to what? The length is, you said, well, actually, this is what? 2 lengths, correct?
Yeah.
2
2L, yeah.
Yeah. So what would length be equal to? So L would be equal to what?
320 feet. That's not it?
Okay, so the width is 320.
No, the width is 160. And the length is 2.
So the length, 2 lengths is 320,
Yeah.
and 2 widths would be 640, right? So width,
Yeah.
and since the width is what? 2 widths is equal to a length. So the width would be equal to 2. Wait a minute. The width is 160, 2 width is 320. 320 from 960 is what? 640, and then half of that is
320.
320. Yeah, 320. That's right.
Yeah, it was right.
Yeah, answer D.
I deal with X because I understand it with X.
Answer is D. Yeah. So the width is 320, and 320 times 2 is 640. From 960 would give you the 320 for the length. Any questions on number 3?
No, I did it. I get it right. So
Okay. So the length width is 160. That was,
I had mine right, and she tell me
you
it's
had it right.
120. And she
You,
tell me 120. They say she know 320.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Number 3, you had B. You had B, Maureen, and so did Audrey.
Yeah, but
She
I
had
had D.
120. How did you get
Yeah.
120?
I do my they get 130. But she tell me how she know her that she get 120. So because we was working together, right?
Oh, okay.
Ah,
All right. Well, see, you could always check if you're right. Now, if you took that 120 and multiplied by 2 and added it to the width, you won't get the 960. So you could have checked it and found it was wrong, right?
yeah.
Because 2 widths, 640 plus 320 would give you the 960. So that would be half of that would be the 160. So what I'm saying is you can always go back and plug it into your perimeter formula and you'll see that your answer would not be correct. Okay, number 4, I think you got that one right.
B, right?
Yeah, you had B, that was
Yeah.
correct. You
Yeah.
combine the like terms, 2P, and you had minus 2P. I'm sorry, plus P. That's 3P. 2 and 1 is 3. And then you had a minus 3Q and a minus 2Q. That's 5. Minus 5Q and a minus 4R and a 6R gives you a plus 2R. So answer B. Everybody had that one correct. Or B. Okay, there we go. And number 5, the boat problem. Now, number 5, what did you have? You had 9 miles. No, you had, let's see,
I
what
had
did
6 miles.
you had 6 and you only put 6. So you only had to, what was that, Stillwater?
I put 1 hour for Stillwater
You
and
didn't give
6.
me but one answer,
No,
Maureen.
it gives you 2 answers. Look again, you can see Stillwater is marked on it. And
I only saw
I,
6.
no, I put Stillwater and then I do the Stillwater first and then do the current after.
So what did you have for the current? Because I only saw the number 6 in the answer that you text me.
The current I had for 6 miles.
You had
And the
what?
Stillwater I had for 1 hour.
So speed of boat in Stillwater, is that what the 6 was?
No, it was no, the 6 would be for the current.
And what was the boat in Stillwater?
An hour.
What?
Oh, that's a way backwards.
What was the speed in Stillwater, the speed of the boat?
Let me see. Let's see. 2
Speed now
hours.
is miles per hour. Now, Latoya, how did you solve this? Now, you know distance equal rate times the time, right? RT, rate times the time, right? So R would be equal to distance divided by the time. And that's what they gave you. They gave you the distance, 24 miles, and the time, 2 hours. We're downstream. Upstream, they gave you distance 18 and time 3. So, Latoya, how did you solve it? Latoya?
Look, she in there.
Latoya, where are you? Okay. Now, upstream is going against the current, right? And downstream is going with the current. So what does that mean, Maureen?
You say upstream is
Downstream
going.
is with the current and
Oh, with the
upstream is
current.
against the current.
Oh,
So upstream is against the current. So you've got 2 hours, 24 miles downstream.
uh-huh.
That's with the current, right?
That's with that's with the current.
Right,
Okay.
with the current, okay.
Uh-huh.
Now this is 3 hours upstream,
Uh,
and upstream is against the current.
uh,
So with the current, you'd have to add, and against the current, you'd have to subtract. So upstream is against the current, right?
mhm.
So what does that mean you'd have to put here?
Okay, you got to
You,
do the 3 hours and 18 miles first, right?
so so you're looking for R, right? So you'd
Uh-huh.
have the distance over the time, right?
Uh-huh.
So let's just take the still water first. So what would be the rate for the still water?
3 hours and 18,
No, the
3 hours
rate is distance over time. The
or
distance,
this is overtime.
yeah. So for the still water, the speed of the still water, that means we're going downstream with the current,
Uh,
right? So downstream with the current and upstream against the current. So one is subtracting out the current and one is adding the current, right? So this would be still water.
mhm.
Uh, so downstream we'd have distance over time. So that's 24. Oh, let's see, back up. That's wrong. Okay. All right, let's see. Hold on, new share. Let me. Okay. So using, let's see, X plus the downstream. Remember I said downstream is with the current, so we have to add. So we add we said downstream is the X plus Y equals to distance over time. So one equation would be X plus Y is distance over time, that's 12. And upstream would be subtract out the current, 18 over 3, and that is 6. All right. So that means that if we can eliminate the y just by adding these equations. So that would be 2x
Mhm.
equals 18. So x would be 9. So 9 would be the first answer, and then 3 would be the second answer. Okay, so that would be, let's see if I can copy this on the other one. Okay. And go back to new share. this done. Okay, here we go. Okay, so distance is rate times the time, or rate is distance over time. So like I said, the downstream is with the current, so we add,
Mhm.
and the upstream is against the current, so we subtract.
Uh-huh.
So the downstream speed, which is with the current, so we add, we say the Y is the current. The Y is the current.
Mhm.
Okay. The X is the regular speed. So this would be 24 distance over 2, that would be equal to 12. The upstream, where we going against the current, that would be subtracted out the Y, and I didn't put it here, but let me just put let X equal speed of still water. Okay. What is still water? And then let Y equal the speed of the current. Okay.
Uh-huh.
You put that here. That. I don't want this computer to start going crazy like it did before, because then I'll just have to quit. Speed of current. Little y. So first you defined what the variables are, knowing that the downstream with the current, upstream against the current. So when you're going against the current, you subtract, and when you're going with the current, you add. So I'm just substituting what they gave us, 24 hours at 24 miles at 2 hours gives you 12. And the upstream 18 miles at 3 hours. So the adding the current to the speed in still water and setting that equal to the distance over the time. That's equal to 12. Now, once you get these two equations, you can just add them, because a plus y and a minus y gives you 0. And an x plus x give you 2x. So you get 2x equal, then add these, 2x equal to 18. So let me just put that here so you know how we got the 9. Okay, so this would then, okay, so let me just put it here if I can. Okay, so this will be, it's coming here, but that's okay. 2x equal to 18. That's how we got the 9. And then you divide by 2 and you get y is equal to 9. So the speed of the boat in the still water is 9. And the y is then equal to 3.
Okay.
So the speed of the current is 3. Because if x plus y is 12 and x is 9, 9 from 12 gives 3, right? So that's how we got the speed of the current.
Yeah.
Okay. The thing to remember when you kind of visualize this is that the boat can travel upstream or it travels downstream. And when it goes downstream, think of that like an incline, and it's going with the current. The current is helping propel the boat. Whereas when it's coming upstream, it's going against the current. That's why we subtract out the current.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a kind of common kind of problem they give when you're dealing with speeds involving boats. Okay. But just remember, this is a part of formula. Distance equal rate times the time. So you had to find the rate. It's distance divided by time. That's what this is right here. 24 over 2, distance over time. 18 over 3, distance over time. So Maureen, I didn't see but a 6 on yours. You said you gave me 2 answers.
Yeah.
You did? You see it on your text?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't see but 1 answer. Let me look at your text again. Maybe I
Okay.
missed one. You sent me messages. Okay, here we go. This was number 5. You say still. Okay. Still water, 1 hour. Oh, and speed current, you said 6 miles. But
Yeah.
current, but you gave me just time.
Oh.
Remember, speed is distance per time,
Oh.
right? So you said
Uh,
you gave me a time and you gave me miles. You gave me a distance, you gave me a time. But remember, speed, rate is like if you say a car is going 60 miles per hour, that's a rate.
okay.
Miles per hour.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And here, this is miles per hour because you got distance in miles and time in hours. Okay. So when you give me speed, you're giving me distance per time, not just time, not just distance, but it's
Uh-huh.
distance per time. Okay. You got the difference
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
Distance, how far you're traveling, time, the time it takes, whether it's hours or minutes, and then rate is distance per some time.
Okay.
So just think of it like a car speed. 30 in residential New York speed is 25 miles per hour. That means if you go over 25 miles per hour, you're exceeding the allowed rate. Got
Uh-huh.
it?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's is Audrey coming on today?
Sure, sure.
Okay.
She said she may come on up because she went to get back the old lady, the doctor.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
All right. So let's go to number 6. Now, I think Maureen, now you gave me the right answers to the Pythagorean.
mhm.
Number 6, you had that
Uh-huh.
correct. Let's see,
Yeah.
6. Yeah, you said A.
Yeah.
Sum of the legs squared, each leg squared is equal to the sum of the longest side, and we call that the hypotenuse. So A squared plus B squared, C squared, and that is correct. But I think when we got to actually solving, you had a problem with the setup.
Oh.
So that's A. Okay. Number 7, you gave me A. How did you solve number 7? Let's go here. Number 7.
I do the ladder, but I don't know. I just draw the ladder, but I don't forget the ladder right.
Oh, you drew the ladder? Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see. Number 7. Okay. The bottom is placed 4 feet from the side,
Mhm.
and the top of the ladder must be 13 feet off the ground.
Uh,
What is the shortest ladder that would do the job? Now, I wish you could draw what you put as the diagram for this. Okay, let's see if we can. Let's see, because this you gotta visualize. Let's see if I can. Let's see if it'll let me do it on here. Well, I'll go to the whiteboard. Okay. Now, this is 4 feet from the side. The top of the ladder must be 13 feet off the ground. What is the shortest ladder that would do the job? Now, when you draw this, and let's go to a new share. And let's see if I can do a whiteboard. Okay. Now, this is the way it will look. Okay. Okay. There we go. Let's draw a triangle. Okay. Now, it said 13 feet.
Off the ground.
Okay. So the 13 feet would be right here.
Uh-huh.
That's the 13 feet.
Yeah.
And then I think it said what, 4 feet from the wall?
4 feet.
So this is your 4 feet. Now, what you need to do is find the hypotenuse, okay? This would be our, say we call our C. So, Maureen, I need you to solve this. C squared, because you said the formula was C squared equal A squared plus B squared. Okay, so substitute in the legs, so that would be your 13 and your 4. So this would be C squared, okay, equal 4 squared plus 13 squared.
Yeah, that's 17 squares.
No, you can't do that.
That is okay. 4
Okay.
squares.
Does that give
3
you the same?
okay.
Let's see.
So I got 14 and
4
3, yeah.
squared plus 13
2
squared.
squares.
Well, let me see if that will give you that. Let's see. 1, 7. Let's see, 1, 7 square. No, you've got to square each one of them. So 4 square is equal to what?
16.
16. What's 13 square? You got your calculator?
130 something. 13 by 13 is one is what? What's it?
Isn't that 169?
Something like that, yeah.
Do you put it in your calculator?
Hold on a minute, Miss Barbara. Have mercy. Yeah, you can come on if you want to, yeah.
So that's 169.
Okay.
13 times 13 is 169. Okay. So C square, Maureen, what's 169 plus 16?
Well, hold on, Miss Barbara. Miss Mercy, she wanted to get him, but she said she ain't getting the code from Miss Beckles. You hear me, Miss Barbara?
Yeah, I heard you. Well, she can put in she can put in the codes.
She tell you could put in the codes there.
8
You said
3.
you said the code you got this morning.
No, it's not the same.
Oh.
Now,
So where's the codes?
okay, the codes are,
Listen right down.
okay. 833
833
4491
4491
9151.
9151.
And the passcode is 2023.
2023 is the passcode,
Right.
2023.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that'll get her in.
Okay, all right, okay.
Okay. Now, 16 plus 169 is 185. Now, take the square root of 185, Maureen. What do you get?
39.
So C is the square root of 185.
Oh, you said 185?
Yeah, because 169 plus 16 is 185. So what is the square root of 185?
Okay, hold on.
You have your calculator?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So C, it's not letting me write it. Okay.
Oh boy.
It's not letting me write the code.
You say square root of what? How much? 185.
185. The
Oh,
square root of 185. Okay.
yeah,
Second.
I know.
Mhm. And 185.
Okay.
What do you
Second
get?
square root 185 into. I get 185.
No, then you gotta hit the the two little arrows right above enter, and then that should give you,
Okay, good. Let me do it over there.
and then you should get that, and then
Okay.
it'll translate it to the actual number.
185. Bam, bam.
No, why it's not working on the whiteboard. So you should
185.
the square root. What do you get,
And,
Maureen?
and then you press enter, and then these two little dots, right? Two little dots first.
Those two little arrows just pointing outward, just above the enter key.
Uh-huh. And
And
then
what?
press enter.
Yes. What do you get?
Okay, I'm getting that feeling it.
You'll get 13.6.
Okay. Let me go again. Second
13.
square root 185. Those little bells. Enter. No, I ain't getting nothing from my.
You didn't get the, you know where it is. It's right above the
Yeah.
enter key.
Uh-huh.
Arrows pointing in the two different directions, one
Yeah.
outward, one the other one, the left arrow and the right arrow.
So I put soccer and then I put square root, right?
Yeah, you put
Soccer.
second,
Uh-huh.
then you put the square root and you get the
Square root.
radical and you put 185,
Yeah.
enter, and what do you get? 185, right? It repeats,
Soccer.
correct?
Uh-huh.
Now press it's two arrows, one pointing one way and one pointing the other way, just above the enter key. Press that.
Okay.
And what do you get?
Okay, let's start back. Soccer. Then you press the square root
No,
button.
no second. Well, you already did that, right?
Okay.
And you got square root of 185, correct?
Okay.
And then when
The
you hit
square root.
enter, what do you get? Square root of 185 again?
Okay. Second. 185.
You put that
Enter.
underneath the radical.
Yes, I
Enter.
got 185.
Okay, now press that just above the enter key. You see an
Yeah.
arrow to the right, one to the left. Press that,
Okay.
those arrows.
Okay.
And what do you get?
Yeah.
13.6, right?
Yeah.
That's the square root of 185. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Now, okay, so that's how you solve that. Use the Pythagorean theorem, but if you're looking for this hypotenuse, that longest side. Okay.
So the highest ladder would be C.
Yeah, let's go back to, let me just save
So then the highest ladder would be C. 14.
Okay.
So it's 13.6, which is 14.
Okay. All right. So let's go back to the new share and go back to okay. So the highest ladder would be, that's
14.
right, 14. So answer C. That's it. Answer C. Okay, Maureen, very good. Now, let's go to number 8.
I got number 8 as false.
Did you use the Pythagorean?
No, I was just said, no, I
No,
said
you
it's,
got to know whether it's right or not. You got to put these in as c squared equal a squared plus b squared.
um,
Okay, that's the only way to know if it's right. If it comes out correctly. In other words, when you put this Pythagorean theorem formula in, let's just copy that. A
okay, we will
squared
put
plus,
the,
yeah, put that in and see if it comes out equal. And if it does, you
okay,
know it's true. Okay, so let's
okay.
go to
So
number
we put
8. So put
A square, got A
now,
square equals to
okay,
21.
so the longest length is 29. So this would be, let me just put that again.
Okay,
So that would be 21. It
uh-huh,
doesn't matter which one you could call 20,
okay,
21,
move on,
and you put 20. Okay. And for C, the longest, put 29. Now, solve that, Maureen. If they come out equal, then you know the answer is true.
last 20, right?
Right, so 21 square. So do that one
Uh,
first. So you'd have 21
equals,
squared
equals to 29, right?
equal 29 square. So
Uh-huh.
21 square equal what?
So that's 21 multiplied by 21, right?
That's right. So what would that be equal to?
441.
Okay, 441. Now do the 20 square. We know that's 400, right?
Yeah, 400.
Okay, now do 29 square.
29.
And what do you get?
841.
Isn't that equal? 441 plus 400, 841. So the answer is true,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Answer A,
So, yeah.
right? That's true. The sum of the squares of the legs is equal to the square of the hypotenuse. So answer
Oh,
A, that's a true statement.
I see.
Got it? So you just
Yeah.
plug it into the Pythagorean theorem and solve for it. Okay?
Oh,
All right, let's go to number 9. What happened to Mercedes? She didn't come on. Okay, now Maureen, you had, let's see, number 9.
I didn't do that
You didn't
period.
do number 9. Okay.
Uh-uh.
Okay, let's see if you can picture this one. Read that, Maureen, and tell me how you can visualize this.
Okay, in a computer catalog, a computer monitor is listed as being 19 inches. The distance is what diagnostical
Diagonal.
diagonal distance across the screen. If the screen measures 10 inches in height, what is the actual width of the screen to the nearest inch? Well, this is Mercedes again. Hold on. Yeah, Mercedes. Huh? But that number is Barry. Give me the view. Yeah. Yeah.
9151.
Yeah. You say 833.
4491.
4991.
No, 4491.
4491. 9151. Um, one. Yeah, you should get it.
No. So repeat. I don't think she's saying the right number.
833 Mercedes. 44
Yes.
91.
Yes.
9151. Right, you ready to take the Zoom?
Said try to get in the Virgin Valley.
Go to Zoom, it asks you to join, and then you ask for an ID, and you put that.
She said that the station number invalid.
Repeat the number again, because it sounded like she said something.
833 4491 9151. And when you put it in, you put enter.
Yeah.
She said she put enter by taking it.
Well, Miss Barbara, Miss Beth will send the email. She just needs to press it on the Zoom.
Miss
You
Beth
don't need to
sent the
put in
email.
no number.
She said
She
she didn't get the email.
No, I said you get
Miss
email.
Beth will always send the email.
I know,
Miss Beth
she
said
sent
it.
an
Miss Beth
email.
said
You
it.
just click on the link.
You just click on the link because she already said on the Zoom already. You don't need to go through all of this.
That's it, but she said she didn't get the link. So
Huh?
did Mercedes get the link? I thought she said she didn't
Well,
get
she
the
said
link.
she didn't send her the link.
She said she did, but then go to the link from the 8th,
You got the link in your phone from the 8th.
because they don't change. She got a link from
That-
last Monday.
And go back where till you find the 8th and start it that one from the 8th. I'm just plugging the 8th on.
Just get the 8th and click on the link. The one for the college, not the GED, because you get two. Go
But
to
then-
May 8th.
What you say, Miss Barbara?
No, I said go to a week ago for this class, because you got
back
two
to-
links now.
Go back to find the 8th, right?
But use the link from
I
the
use
from
that
the
link from the
college
8th.
math, not the
When
GED.
you put it the 8th, just press it and the link will come up. Okay, all right, okay.
Make sure she used the one for this
okay,
class now, because she'll have two links.
The college one.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Latoya, how do
Okay.
you solve number 9? Maureen, you know how to solve it?
I do.
No, Maureen didn't
square
solve
plus
that
B
one. She didn't
square.
solve that.
I didn't
What-
do that.
A square plus B square equals C square.
Yeah, A square plus B square equals C square. So
I didn't do
let's
that one.
just,
I do that.
you
I
didn't do
draw-
that one.
I always say I draw something like a monitor.
You drew the
And take that
monitor?
off. Yeah,
Okay, let's put that
that's
in.
all I did.
Okay, so if you draw the monitor, let's go to the whiteboard, Maureen. New share. Let's do whiteboard. Okay.
I thought she was sitting my that one there, the toilet.
Okay, save that. Save. All right, now. Okay. Okay, let me clear all drawings. Now, so this is the computer screen,
Yeah.
right? Let's draw the computer screen. And this is true when you get a measurement for the television, right? See, it says what they gave you is a diagonal. So when you draw
Right. I
that,
draw
you
one.
see
Yeah.
you did that.
yeah.
You got a triangle,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Now
yeah.
they gave you what? They said the diagonal was what, 19?
Yeah, 19
Yeah.
inches.
Yeah.
So you put the 19 here, right?
Yeah.
And one of the legs they gave you was what? 10.
10.
And you just need to solve this one. Okay. So use your C square equal A square plus B square. I call it X, doesn't really matter, okay? A
Okay.
square
This is C square.
plus B square. Okay. Then substitute. So you've got hypotenuse and you got one of the legs, right? So this will be 19 square
minus 10 square.
equal,
Equals
now this would
A
be what?
square
A square plus 10 square,
plus
right? Because you've got one of the legs
B
plus
square.
10 square. Now, Maureen, solve that.
Okay, be 19 squares, right? Equals
So
the
you're looking
A
for A
square
square. You've got B square,
plus
and
B.
let's call this,
So we multiply 19 by 19, right?
just call this A. All right.
19 by 19 at 361. 19 square, 361.
Okay, you've got 1
That is
9
361.
square. That's right. That's 361. So you just put 361. Okay, equal A square plus 100, right? We know 10 times 10 is 100.
Equals A square
Plus 100, right? 10 times 10.
plus 100.
So Latoya, how do you solve for A square? What would A square be equal to, Latoya?
261.
Yeah, 361 minus 100, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, 261. And then you find the
261.
square root of
And then find the
261.
square root. Okay. Minus 100. A square equal to 261, like Latoya said. Okay, this is A square. This is equal to 261. And if you take the square root of both sides, square root of A square is just A. And take the square root of 261. So let's just put our radical here.
16.1 inches, which is rounded up to the nearest inch, which is
Right.
16.
Maureen, did you get that? Square root
I
of
get what?
Square root of 261. Tell her again, Latoya.
The square root of 261 is 16.1.
I know, so I get it up there.
And you round it up
16.1, yeah.
to the nearest inch, so it's gonna be
So what?
16 down.
So what did you get, Maureen?
16.1.
You got 16 what? Yeah, 16.1.
Mm,
And you round it off to 16.
right.
And you had an answer for that, right? Let me just save this. Okay. Okay. No, this one you put the answer in, so the answer would have been 16.
Oh,
1/6
mm.
inches. That would be the answer for number 9. Okay. So Maureen, why did you say you didn't try this one? Or did you try it? Because you
I
didn't
did.
give me any answer. You
I
did?
did. Uh-uh. I
Oh.
only draw the diagram and there, and then it was stuck there.
Oh, okay. Well, you drew your diagonal, your line, and you had a
Yeah.
triangle, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It said the distance is the diagonal distance across the screen. So once you drew your diagonal, you saw that that was 19 inches because that's how they list it as the diagonal. Okay.
Oh.
And you got one leg length and you just had to find the other leg.
Oh.
Okay, Latoya, let's look at number 10.
That has a 6-meter ladder. The rods to use to get the cattle. We're going to draw our next ladder, right?
Yeah.
Let's do this.
God knows get a lot of word problems. Gee. Okay,
Latoya,
go.
you got it right.
A ladder.
Doesn't matter. I hate
Maureen,
word
did you
problem.
draw it? Did you draw it?
I draw the ladder, and it's a 6 meter ladder you want to use to get out a caliber tree. So that would be like here.
So are you looking for a hypotenuse or you looking for one of the legs? Which one are you looking
Keep
for?
the base of the ladder 2 meters away
Mhm.
from the base of the tree. How high into the tree will the ladder reach? And as
So,
far as I get,
so did you draw it?
yeah, I draw the ladder, yeah.
Did you draw the triangle?
Yeah,
Okay. So you're looking for what? A hypotenuse or one of the legs?
Hypotenuse.
You said a
So
hypotenuse.
so if I
One
looking
leg.
for,
Latoya, you said a hypotenuse?
No, one leg you're looking for.
You're looking for the leg, right? Because,
Right.
okay,
okay, let's do a new share. Let's do the whiteboard again.
so we could use everything like for the other leg and number and ladder, right?
Okay. Now let's just, okay. Okay, let's clear. Okay. So this is your triangle. All right,
Yeah,
okay. Okay. Now what you're looking for is this is a tree.
yeah,
Okay, and this is what you're looking for, right?
yeah,
The height of this tree.
yeah.
And how far is this from the tree? What was this, 2?
2.
Okay. So this is what, 6?
Uh-huh.
6 meters. So you're looking for what?
The next leg.
The next leg. So
Yeah.
a square, c square equals a square plus b square. So c square equal a square plus b square. Now the c is what, Maureen?
Okay, A square. Okay, C square
See, we're looking for this tree height.
equals A
So what's the
square.
value of c from this diagram?
A 6.
That's right, 6 square equal, we'll call this 2 square, and then solve for b square. Solve for b square, Maureen. Tell me what b is equal to.
6
Well, we know this is 36 right here,
equals
right? That's 36, and we know 2
2
times
squares.
2 is 4. And this is b square.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
So,
plus b square. So what is b equal to?
okay, let me tell you now.
That's b square. So what is b equal to?
Okay, yes.
Subtract 4 from both sides, right?
Uh-huh.
So that's 32 equal b square. So what's b equal to, Maureen? How do you find that?
Yeah, hold on. B squared will be equals
No, b.
B squared.
B square is 32. So what is b? The square root of a square just give you the variable or number. So take the square root of both sides. What do you get, Maureen?
The square root of 32 is
That's
8,
right.
right?
The square root of 32 is what?
Square root of 32 is what? It's real hard this time. Okay.
Do it on your calculator. What's square root of 32?
Okay, square root.
Second, square root. Second, square root. 32 underneath the radical.
I could square root
And what do you get?
32 into
What do you get here?
4 square root 2. That what
Okay,
I'm telling you.
hit those two arrows above the enter.
And then you hit the 2 arrows above.
And
And you
what
get 5.9. So it's 5.6. And the last number at the back is 7, is 9. So it would be 5.7, right?
that's right. Very good. That's the answer. 5.7.
Mhm.
There you go. That's the answer. Okay.
Yeah, so that means mine was right then. Yeah.
Okay. So that's. Did you have that one, Maureen?
Yeah, that one right there.
Oh yeah. Well, you rounded it. You rounded to 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, it got 5.7. My
Okay.
answer was C.
All right. So new share. Let's go back. Okay. So answer C, we rounded to 5.7. So there's your answer right there. Any questions on the assignment?
No. Like so when it now you got these here for though, so when it got to do anything like this, it was just turn back and we got
Okay, yeah, but just remember that Pythagorean, and this only works for right triangles for the angle is 90 degrees. That the sum of the square of the legs is equal to square of the longest side, which is the hypotenuse. I guess Mercedes didn't get in. Huh? Okay, let's look at, so any questions on Pythagorean? Now, I think what you need to do, Maureen, is that label, when you draw your triangle, label them so you know what you're looking for, because you know the formula, so you can plug in the formula. It doesn't matter when you have the legs, which one you use for the leg. If they give you the legs, it doesn't matter how you put the legs. It's just that you have to put them in the formula, okay? Okay, I want to go to something else now. New share. Let's go to quadratics. Quadratic equations. Now, anyone want to tell me the general format of a quadratic?
it's like using a square root type.
Now, what's the general format of a quadratic equation?
A square plus B plus C equals 0, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. All right, let's wait.
It's
A square
square
plus
plus B square plus C square.
no.
Oh, only
Maureen.
only A and C. Oh.
Maureen, you're getting Pythagorean.
I see. That's A and B.
What is it?
A square plus B plus A square plus B plus C equals 0. 0.
A square plus
B square
BX
BX
Bx when you
plus
put it.
C
equals to
equals 0.
Equals 0. Okay.
A square plus BX plus C
C
equals 0. Okay, now we want to be able to, I think we'll probably just work on factoring because there are different ways you can solve for the solution. There's factoring, there's the square root, there's completeness square, or you can use the quadratic formula. But we're not going to get to all of those. Now, whenever you have a variable raised to a second power, and that's your highest degree, then that's a quadratic. Like these are all quadratic. Because the highest powers are 2, right? 2x squared plus 3x minus 1. The 2 would be your, this would be what? Your a, the coefficient of the variable squared. That's your a, plus bx, your 3 is your b, and then your 1, your minus 1 is your c, and that's equal to 0. Now, this one, notice you don't have an x. It's still a quadratic because you're raising a variable to the second power. So this one has a coefficient of 1, and it has a constant, but no variable with a coefficient like this one. But it's still a quadratic. All right. Now, one of the easiest ways for solving these is using a factoring. And all that means is you look at the quadratic and you find 2 factors that multiply together to give you that quadratic. Okay, so I think we'll take an example here. Here's one. Okay, you have x squared plus x minus 6 equal to 0. So you want to find 2 factors. So let's just, okay, let's just start from here. Okay, here's the quadratic. That's your quadratic equation. Let's just put it here, okay? Now, this is in the same format. Let me just copy this. Okay, so this is A, this is general format, plus BX, okay, plus C equals 0. That's the general format. So this equation follows that, right? A is a 1, and the B is a 1, and the C is a minus 6. Now, one of the easiest ways to get the factor, and this works quite well when the A is a 1, is to look at the C value, find 2 numbers, multiply to give you the C, and those same 2 numbers add to give you the B. You follow that? So if you wanted to solve the factors for this equation, let's just take this. Copy it here. Now, what we want to do is set this equal to 2 factors. So I'll just put parentheses, 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 parentheses. Okay, so we want to put our factors there. Now, since that A is just a 1, so this would just be an X here. So we put the X here, and we put an X here. Now, we want to find what numbers go in those parentheses. So, like I said, think of 2 numbers you multiply and get a negative 6. Those same 2 numbers add to give you a plus 1. Right?
A 2 and a 3?
Plus 3 and 2 and 3.
A 3 and a 2, right? Because a 3 and a 2 multiply to give you 6, and they can add to give you 1, but it depends on the signs, right? To get a negative 6, one of the numbers has to be negative, and one has to be positive. Now, the number that has to be positive has to be the biggest number because the coefficient of the x is plus, right? You follow it? That's a plus. So you know you said a 3 and a 2, but the 3 has to be the number that's plus because what? This is a plus. Okay, so this would be then plus 3, okay, and minus
This
2, right? Now you can check it, right? Because a plus 3 times a minus 2 gives you a minus 6. Then a plus 3x and a minus 2x, if you use FOIL, that's 3 times x plus 2 times a minus 2 times x, and a plus 3x and a minus 2x gives you a plus 1x. So we know that is correct. Another thing to remember is that when we said this was equal to 0, right? The quadratic equation equal to 0. That means each one of these factors are also equal to 0. So that means x plus 3, we take the x plus 3, set that equal to 0, right? And the x minus 2 is equal to 0. So if the quadratic is equal to 0, then the factors are also equal to 0. So that means you have 2x values here, okay? That's equal to 0. So if x plus 3 is equal to 0, Maureen, what is x equal to?
one.
No.
You said x plus 3 is equal to 0.
What is x equal to?
Two.
No, solve this for x. What do you do to solve this for x?
You subtract.
Yeah, you subtract the 3 from both sides. So x would be a minus 3, right? Because a plus 3 and a minus 3 would give you 0 plus x, and that's just x. So it'll be 0 minus 3 or minus 3. Now, if x minus 2 is equal to 0, what is x equal to?
Minus 2.
X minus 2 is 0. What do you do to solve this for x?
Or you subtract from both sides?
No. Inverse of subtraction is addition.
Oh, addition.
So you add 2 to both sides. So that means x would be equal to a plus
That's
2, and that's the same as 2. Okay? So you are solving this x plus 3 equals 0 for x. Subtract 3 from both sides. Inverse operation of a plus is a negative. Inverse of a negative is a plus. Plus, you can see here, if you put a 2 minus 2, don't you get 0? And here, if you put a minus 3 plus 3, you get 0. So you can check it out and see that it's correct.
Okay.
All right. So the factoring is probably going to be the one we use most of the time. Okay. All right. Now, let me see. I want to see if I have, okay. Want to give you one to do.
Well, that's a hard one, though.
No, I'm not going to give you a hard one. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I want you to solve this one. factor and solve the equation. This is a quadratic. A is a 1, ax squared minus 5 is the b for bx, minus 6 is the c. So you will find the factors that multiply to give you this quadratic. So
Numbers that multiply.
let me put the factors here. I put the parentheses and you tell me what goes in the parentheses.
Okay.
Now remember I say the numbers will be, you multiply the numbers and get the minus 6. You add the numbers and get the minus 5.
So that would be 6 and zero.
What would be the numbers?
Six and 5.
But 6
No.
times 5 is 30. Remember,
30, yeah.
Maureen, you multiply and get
Yeah.
a minus 6. Two numbers multiply to get a minus 6. Same two numbers add to give you a minus 5.
2 and 3. 2 3s is 6. 3 and 2 is 5. No.
But think of your signs now. A minus 3 and a minus 2 is a minus 5, but a minus 3 times a minus 2 is a plus 6. You have a minus 6. Latoya, are you there?
It's a
It's
minus
a
3 and a
minus
minus
1 and
3.
a 5. And a 6.
It's a minus what?
A minus 1. There is no one.
You say a minus 1 and a plus 5?
Yeah.
Okay, let's put what Latoya said. Minus 1. And she said a plus 5?
Plus
Well,
6.
Plus 6, okay. X plus 6. Maureen, is that correct?
I don't know.
Well, take the two numbers. When you multiply, do you get a minus 6? Minus 1 times 6 gives what, Maureen?
A 6. A 6.
Plus or minus?
A plus.
No. Unlike
minus?
signs, multiply to give you negative.
Minus.
So a minus 1 times a plus 6 give you a minus 6. So that's correct.
Yeah.
If you add a plus 6 and a minus 1, what do you get, Maureen?
A 5.
Plus or minus?
A minus 5.
A plus 6 and a minus 1?
Or a plus 5, 5, 6 is bigger, yeah.
So, but that's a minus 5. So, Latoya, you want to change your signs?
Yeah.
So what should it be?
Minus 6.
What should it be?
Plus 1.
Plus 1. That's right, because you can always check to see if you're right. Plus 1, and what about the 6?
Minus 6.
Minus 6. There you go. Okay. Because now a minus 6 times a plus 1 gives you a minus 6. When you add a negative 6 and a plus 1, you get a negative 5. So now you know it's correct. X plus 1 is 0, is minus 1. X minus 6 is 0, X equal plus 6. Got it? We're doing the ones with the A equal to 1. Now, when the A is some other value, then we solve it a different way. Okay? So when this is a 1, AX squared, that's a 1. Then we can take the number, that's the constant. Two numbers multiply to give you that constant. Same two numbers must add to give you your B. Here's your b, bx. And the b is a -5. Questions? Okay, let's try another one here. There we go, right there. X plus 1, x minus 6. Okay. All right, I want you to solve this one. Number 2. P squared plus 1p minus 56. Maureen, you got an answer?
1p, 1p, 2p2 plus 1p equals to 56.
Okay. So what are the factors?
56.
Hold on, 8.
Maureen,
Let me
Maureen,
see.
I want Maureen to tell me. What are the factors, Maureen?
Hold on.
We know we have an X. I'll just go ahead and put that there. Now you just need to tell me the other two numbers and their signs.
Eight, 5 is 4, 8 is
What two numbers multiply to give you minus 56? Same two numbers add to give you a plus 1.
Okay, hold on. You could get 28 on 14.
The two numbers, Maureen, must
Oh.
multiply to give you a negative 56. Same two numbers add to give you a plus 1. What are the two numbers?
You could say 2 by 28 is 56, right?
But do they add up to give you 1? There's no way you could add 2 and 28 and get 1. Remember, the same two numbers you pick to get the 56 that you multiply and get the 56. You have to use those same two numbers and add them to get the 1.
So it said 28 and 1? Nah. Let me hurt
28 times 1 is not 56, and they
I
don't
know.
add up to give you 1.
28 times 2,
It's what?
56.
Do they add up to give you 1? 28 plus 2 equal 1? No. It must satisfy two conditions. You multiply the two numbers, you get the negative 56. Take those same two numbers and add them, and you get a plus 1.
Actually, okay.
Maureen, go to mute when you're talking offline.
Okay.
Two numbers, multiply the numbers, get negative 56. Add those same two numbers that you multiplied to get a plus 1.
Okay. 24? No. I'm tired. I can't figure out this matter.
No, yes, you can, Maureen. Give me two numbers you can multiply and get 56. And don't give me big numbers like 28 and 14. Think smaller. Two numbers you can multiply and get minus 56.
Two numbers that you can multiply to get 56.
Yes.
Oh, let's see. Two numbers that I can
Next,
8 and 7.
that's it. 8 and 7. Now, what would be this? Okay, so 8 and 7. So let me just put an 8 here.
Oh yeah, 7 8 is 56. Yeah.
That's right. Very good. And 7. Let's put the 7 here. Okay. Now, what would be the signs on these, Maureen? You got the numbers correct. What would have to be the signs of these two numbers so that you multiply and get a minus 56 and you add them and get a plus 1?
A plus 8 and a minus 7.
A plus 8. Okay. And a minus 7. Very good, Maureen. Because since you have a plus on your 1p, you know your bigger number has to be plus, right? A plus 8 and a minus 7 give you a plus 1. A plus 8 times a minus 7 gives you a minus 56.
Uh-huh.
And then the Latoya was going to say it right away. But anyway, I wanted you to figure it out. Got it?
Mm.
Because Latoya said the 8 and the 7. Okay. So P is a 7 minus 7 and plus 8. So P equals, well, this is a P. Sorry, I'm using P's. I don't want to mix them up here. Now, why do I have P is 7 and P is a minus 8? Why do I have that?
Because it's a quadratic.
What? Why do I have that, Latoya?
That's
P
how
is
you
a
know it's a
7, P
true
is a minus 8. What?
That's how you know it's a true quadratic when you plot in the
No.
numbers.
Remember I said when you get the factors, you set them equal to 0. So if P plus 8 is 0, P is a minus 8. P minus 7 is 0, P is a plus 7. So if I ask you the values of P values are 7 and negative 8. Got it? You set these two numbers equal to 0. In other words, P plus 8, let's just do that. P plus 8, let me do that here, is equal to 0. So that means P equals a negative 8. And then you also have P minus 7 equal 0. So P equal a plus 7. Got it? So the P values are 7 and negative 8. Questions? Hello, Audrey. Okay, I want to do another.
She said she no coming, so she's looking that you can send it. She remarked, she thinks to her that she doing thing.
Okay, I want to do
Yeah.
another. I want to do more factoring before we get into any other methods here. See if I can find another one
I'll
here.
get the next part. Then it's confusing too.
Okay.
Oh, boy. Ouch.
Okay. I just want to get another one for you to do before we get into other methods, just to make sure. Let's see if I can find one. Okay, this is different, but I think you can solve it. Now this is using the square root. Okay. Now, how would you solve this first one? This is using the square root method. This one, I think you can, well, okay. Let's see how you solve it. Latoya, what is x equal to for this first one?
4
What is it equal to?
x plus 4 x minus 4.
X equal to plus 4 minus 4. But this one, you just add the 16 to both sides, right? So you get, let me just copy that over, add the 16 to both sides, and this becomes x squared equals to plus 16. Okay. Okay, now, how do you solve for the x, Latoya?
X plus 4 x minus 4.
No, what do you do to both sides to get x? You get,
Subtract.
no, you get the square root.
Um,
The square root
root
of
of
both
4.
sides, right?
Divide?
Yeah.
No, you take the
X
square
is
root of
4.
both
Oh,
sides.
oh,
Okay, take the square root of both sides. Now, whenever you take the square root of a square, you just get back the variable or number, right? So the square root of x squared is just x. The square root of 16 is 4.
4.
So that's your answer. But it's a plus or minus. Okay, so the 4 can be plus, okay, plus 4 or minus 4. Because a minus 4 times a minus 4 is 16, and a plus 4 times a plus 4 is a 16. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now, there's another one solved the same way, right? See if you can solve this one. What would be the answer? Just give me the answer. What's x equal to, Maureen?
X
What's the value of x?
4x,
No,
2x to the power 2.
if x squared minus 36 equals 0, what is x?
9? No.
No. What is it, Latoya?
6.
6. Maureen, add 36 to both sides. X squared equal 36. What's the square root of 36, Maureen?
Oh, I forget to say square root.
It's plus 6 plus 6
Oh,
or minus 6.
oh.
Okay, because the square root of a square is just the variable a number. So square root of x squared is just x. Square root of 36 is plus 6 or minus 6. Now here's one a little different. Okay, Latoya, how would you solve this one? 9y squared minus 1 equals 0. How would you solve that one?
Like you say, like square root 2.
How would you solve it? How would you solve for y?
Minus y on both sides.
Y minus y. What would you do first?
Minus 9 on both sides.
No,
1?
you'd add the 1, right? Add the 1 to both sides, okay, and what do you get?
10.
No. Add the 1 to both sides, you get 9y squared equal
Mm,
1,
yeah.
right? Minus 1
Uh,
plus 1 is 0. Now, if you took the square root of both sides here, Latoya, what would you get?
Which one? No.
3.
9.
The square root of 9y squared, what would that be? Well, the square root of 1 we know is 1. What's the square root of 3y squared?
3y.
3y, that's right. So you'd have 3y equal 1. So what is y equal to? What's y equal to, Latoya?
3y.
If 3y is 1, what is y?
Y.
No, divide both sides by 3 and you get y equals 1/3. Isn't 3 times 1/3 equal 1?
Yeah, I forgot that one.
No. Okay. So you take the square root. Let me just put here what we did. Take square root of both sides. Okay. Now, this is another way of working with these quadratics, because that is a quadratic using the square root. Okay, we don't have the b here, but you don't really need it. You take the square root of the 9y squared, and that's how you got the 3y. 3 times 3 is 9, y times y is y squared. Okay, and then once you get the 3y, solve for the y inverse of the multiplication is division. So y equals 1/3, right?
Mhm.
Questions? And what's 1/3 squared? 9. And what's 9 over 9? 9 over 9 is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. We can always check it. Notice right. Correct?
Mhm.
Questions?
Yeah.
Just remember a really key thing, you'll be doing it, is taking the square root of a square and you get back the value, or you get back, it could be a number or it could be a variable. But the square root of a square, like y squared, is just y. Square root of 9 is 3. That's how we got 3y. Any questions? So, okay. So today is our last class before we go break, and I don't know when we start again. I've asked for that information, but I haven't gotten it yet, but I'll let you know. So today you will not have an assignment, but if the break is kind of extensive, I'll probably send you 1 or 2 problems to work on, but they will be part of what we've just gone over, Pythagorean and the quadratics. All right?
Yeah.
Any questions on anything we've gone over?
No.
Okay. So Maureen, continue to keep working on your problems. Latoya, you're doing well. Always follow your first hunch on your answer, because you would have had them all correct had you done that. And like I say, you should try to picture the problem. Think of an
Okay.
illustration. That's one of the best ways of solving these algebraic problems. All right? Picture what it will look like. Picture a triangle, picture a rectangle, picture the size of a, and finding the perimeter. And then once you can picture that and label them, it will help you in solving the problem. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Now, when we start back again, we'll be looking at quadratics where the ax squared plus bx plus c is 0, where the a is some number other than 1. And we'll go through some operations and practice of how we solve those. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, no questions. I'll say so long until
Okay.
we meet after the session.
Okay.
Okay.
Enjoy.
And just keep doing the work you're doing. You're doing well.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Bye-bye,
All right.
everybody.
Bye-bye. Okay.
Bye.
Okay. Okay.